Hi everyone, I'm Natalie Reese, and I'm a certified spiritual life coach. Now, if you ever wondered why hiring a life coach or a spiritual life coach could be the best decision you ever make in your life, stay tuned because I'm going to give you 7 reasons why hiring a life coach could be the best decision you ever make. So here's the thing, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Ever since I know myself, I've been the psychologist of the class, of the group, but life coaching is not psychology. So why am I telling you this? Because I was always the advisor. I was the motivator. I was the one to go for a different perspective, to an open-mindedness. And as life went by, I happened to be in the field and I certified myself with life coaching, CBT, NLP, and now I'm mastering in spiritual life coaching. So what does that all mean? Because in this era, we have so many life coaches, we have so many practitioners, we have so many masters, right? So let me all tell you this. The fact that you're a life coach doesn't make you a good life coach. And the fact that you're a life coach doesn't mean that you can actually help everyone. And we have to remember that life coaching is not psychology, it's not therapy, and it's not even counseling. So what is life coaching? What can a life coach give you to make your life better? Why should you pay someone and hire someone to be a better person? Can't you do that yourself? So let me tell you a few things that I can actually frame so we get more clear on what a life coach is and why it's a great decision. First of all, it helps you gain clarity. What do I mean by this? By hiring a life coach, you actually gain clarity of your vision. You create a vision. See, we go through life a lot of times by inertia. We live, we develop, we have problems, we have downfalls, we have successes, we have a lot of things going on in our lives, each and every one of us. A life coach can jam pack it all, and actually from all that you've been through and all that you would want to be, instead of creating that, oh, I hope so, oh, I wish so, the life coach tells you, tell me what you want. Create a vision and get clear. We all know this. Once we get clear, we know where we're going, just like a GPS, right? We have to know where we're going in order for proper direction. So we're kind of like the GPS. Number 2, it helps you connect to your intuition. Now, this specific number 2 is, I would think it's more specific to spiritual life coaches, because what I do with my clients is I help them, first of all, discover where is the intuitive center. Where do they have that feeling, that like rush of energy? Where is that concentration of energy that's going to help them actually realize if they're in the right track? Because it's true that we have things we want to accomplish. It's true that there's a life, right, at us. But actually your intuition tells you if the decision you're about to take or the decision you're about to make, it's the right one. And although not always we can trust our intuition, most of the time what it helps you is to create a better understanding of where you're standing, who the people around you are, and all that energy kind of channels, right, into the right places. Number 3, I think a life coach helps you improve your confidence. Why? Because it doesn't matter how confident you are, when you have someone by your side cheering you up and actually walking the walk with you and telling you that what you want is amazing and what you're doing is incredible and what you're accomplishing is outstanding. Listen, let's face it, guys, it just helps a lot because we all need that pat on the shoulder when we don't know how to give it to ourselves, because many times we're fearful, many times we're doubtful, many times we don't really know how to handle all that's going on. So this is definitely one huge thing, it helps you gain confidence. And I think it lowers a lot the level of fear and insecurities that go with taking decisions. Number 4, I think if a life coach could be anything, is a person that's going to help you create a viable plan. What do I mean by viable? We have visions, we want things, but not always we know the steps to take. Not always we know what's going to take from me to get there. What do I have to invest, whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's thought, whether it's reading, whatever it is that I want to accomplish, I need a perfect plan. Now, I can create a plan, and then 2 days later, motivation, sinks, and I'm like way back to even before I started. So a coach helps you create a viable plan that suits your lifestyle, your personality, and according to what you want and all the tools that you already have, because that's super important. That's one thing I want to point out, that the coach doesn't give you anything that you don't have. The coach is not going to provide you with advice or with tools that you don't already have in yourself. What we do is we actually open up all the toolbox and see, what are we working with? What are your strengths? What are your dreams? What are your fears? What are the things that are weighing you down? And with that, we work and we create a plan that suits perfect your life. Number 5, I think creating a plan is perfect. Having a vision is amazing. Implementation. Who can relate to this one? Having a way to implement all what you want to accomplish. Like I said before, a lot of times we decide we're going to go to the gym. This year is going to be different, right? New year, new me, and all these slogans and all these cliches that are going around. They're true though. But what happens is that we start for a week, 10 days, and then, as I said before, motivation starts kind of like dropping, the adrenaline drops. It's not so fun like it seems on Instagram or on on my vision board. It looked much nicer and much easier, right? So what I do is I actually create together with you techniques that are going to help you implement what you want. Number 6, I think, is the recognition of possibilities. It's being creative, and it's also like a flexible thinking, okay? Because it's true that what a life coach can do is take you from A to B to C and reach your goal. But the idea is also, I think, to be able to recognize in the middle, possibilities. And let me tell you this, that maybe it's going to sound a little strange. Actually, a lot of times the obstacles that come in our way could be the best possibilities for growth. I know it doesn't sound fun, but I can tell you from my own life that, it sounds like a cute quote to put on your page, but were it not for the obstacles and not for the hardships and not for everything that I've been through, of course I wouldn't be who I am today. And if you ask me, would you get rid of all what you've been through and be who you were before them? Well, some of them I definitely would yes, give up, because it was definitely excruciating. But most of them, no, because I am who I am, and I want to help people, and I want to create this chain of helping people because I've been there, because I know what it is, because I've had amazing motivators, and I've had amazing mentors and friends and family and people that have totally inspired me and made me a better person, not because they made me, but they made me see what an amazing person I can be. And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to keep that chain going. So actually having someone that helps you recognize the possibilities in the obstacles, in the hardships, in the lack of motivation, and how to be creative, how to be flexible, how to create a total different way, that's like, it's huge, because when you brainstorm with someone that's totally with you, I think it makes the whole difference. And last but not least is actually someone to hold you accountable. See, I can tell you, listen, I'm going to offer you 5 coaching sessions, and we're going to create a vision. We're going to create a plan. We're going to tap into all the resources, into your intuition. We're going to steer up your whole life. This is what you want. So good luck. It was a pleasure meeting you, and anything, just email me, right? There are people actually who do this, and you're kind of left on the air with a lot of ebooks and a lot of sheets to work on and everything. But basically, you don't really have anyone to call, maybe, to say, listen, I don't feel like it anymore, or my vision changed, which actually, by the way, maybe I'm going to open up a parenthesis. This happens. You get to a life coach and you have a vision, you have a plan, everything starts going well, and all of a sudden you realize, wait a minute, this is not really what I want. What I want is actually something much deeper. And so we change the whole thing, and it's totally fine. Flexibility, remember I said before? So that's definitely part of the plan. Someone to hold you accountable is someone to say, you remember your vision, right? Remember what we spoke about. Remember the implementation. Remember the plan. Go back to your sheets. Go back to this. You need to do, you need extra time. You need to do some more homework. You need to do more reflection. Everything is fine. It's perfect. Now, a lot of people have asked me, okay, so you pay 10 sessions or 5 sessions or how many sessions you decide, which I personally don't do more than 15 at a time. The maximum sessions I give is 15, then I take a break of 6 months, and then if you want, we go back to it. And the reason is this. A lot of times, the change or creating a habit takes more than 5 or 10 sessions. It takes from 6 weeks to maybe 12 weeks, okay? So not always a person is as fast as I want it to be by the book, right? Like I can be with someone and they're totally motivated and they're with it and everything opens up to them. And some people just take 6 sessions just to get into, their strengths and tapping into that power and understanding mentally, but also emotionally and intuitively, who are they, So everybody is very, very, very different, and it's very individual what's going to happen. So one thing to remind also the life coaches, but also the clients, is that the result is not really the success. I cherish the process. I think every session creates change, whether we see it or not. And just like a seed that we plant, okay, it takes a while till it actually comes out as a beautiful plant or a flower. So this is just with the human mind and the human body and our psyche and everything that's going on inside of us. So very, very important to respect the process, to give it time, to be easy on yourself and not want only the results. Because I think all the idea is enjoying the journey and really tap into the wonder of you becoming. Because if anything I can tell you is that we're not human beings, we're humans becoming. So what's happening? Why am I telling you all this? So I'm coming out for this 1 month with an offer, 5 to 10 sessions for a very, very special low price. The reason I'm doing it, because I want to, because I think a lot of people don't hire life coaches because they're expensive, because they can't afford it. I've been there. So I want to give you an offer. I want to give you an opportunity to actually explore, to give yourself this chance. And who knows? Maybe we can work together. And if not with me, with someone in your town. I'm doing it online, FaceTime, Skype, Zoom, whatever works for you. And I'm going to actually send a link to a page if you want to register, if you want to call. So it's perfect. And it's only for this month. Give yourself a chance to see if you want to explore other areas of your life. If you really want to get, like they say, to be your best self. Well, yeah, in a way it's being your best self, because it's really using all that toolbox that we were given, okay? We don't use even half of it. And a lot of times we live a very mediocre life when we deserve actually the best of our lives, individual. It's my life, very different from my neighbor, from my friend, from even my sister. So it's very important to know that it's your life you're working with. I invite you to think about it, to think if you want to work with me, will be my pleasure. And if not, so think about it. Think about this possibility, because really we're here to help and we want to do it with all our hearts. So thank you for listening, and I hope this was helpful. To have a great, great day. Bye.